Hi guys, I'm Molly Englehart, plant-based chef and regenerative farmer, and I want to show you guys a little bit what we're doing to divert plant material from my restaurants and bring it back to the farm, creating soil and closing that loop. We always talk about the problems with the environment, and we talk about gas, and we talk about coal, we talk about fracking, but actually the number 3 environmental problem is methane coming out of the landfills. And what is creating that methane is food waste, food scraps, yard scraps, biomass going into the landfill. And so each and every day in our restaurants, we collect 100% of that biomass and we bring it back to the farm. If you imagine buffalo cauliflower at Sage, it's delicious, people order it all the time, but think about that big chunk that you cut off the bottom of every single cauliflower. We fill a 55-gallon drum of those every single day. And so that, along with kale stems and citrus and avocado peels and avocado pit, gets loaded by liftgate onto a box truck. That box truck goes around to all of our restaurants. And we come back to the farm. So every day the compost from the restaurant gets dumped, and then we cover it with manure from animals and other biomass that's coming out of the farm. And when we water it and cover it and let it break down, and we turn it with the tractor and we make new windrows, and then we water it again. Heat up to above 150 degrees and it does its thing and turns that food waste from the restaurants into compost, and that compost turns into soil. And now what would have been methane in our environment, which is much more dangerous than carbon in our environment, is now carbon sequestered, carbon secured into the earth. And then I feed that nutrient-rich soil to my trees and my plants and my vegetables. And once it gets delivered to my trees and my plants and my vegetables, they thrive with all of that microbiology that's coming from the compost and onto the trees. And then we pick avocados, or we pick lemons, or we pick kale, and we bring that back to the restaurant, and the process starts all over again. And we at Sage are 100% committed to drawing carbon down and not letting methane up.